In January 2026, the junior golf world is witnessing a power surge like never before. Charlie Woods has officially reached a staggering 170 miles per hour ball speed, even outdriving the current numbers of his father, Tiger Woods. But standing in his way is the precise left-handed prodigy Miles Russell, whose 160.32 miles per hour average ball speed helped to make history on the Korn Ferry Tour. The big question now is simple. Is Charlie's raw power enough to challenge the world's best, or is Miles Russell's efficiency the real secret to dominance? Subscribe to Neon Golf for the fastest updates on the legends of tomorrow. Now, let's break down this ultimate power battle. As the 2026 golf season moves into full swing, the conversation around junior golf has shifted from potential to pure, undeniable power. For years, the world watched Charlie Woods as a miniature version of his father, copying the mannerisms, the club twirls, and even the famous Sunday red. But in January 2026, that narrative changed dramatically. Charlie Woods is no longer just a legacy prospect. He has evolved into a physical powerhouse who is beginning to rival elite athletes on the PGA Tour. The most shocking statistic coming out of the Woods camp this year isn't a tournament score. It's a number from a launch monitor. 170 miles per hour ball speed. To understand how incredible that is, we need to look at Charlie's physical transformation over the past year. Now nearly 6 feet tall at just 16 years old, Charlie has shed the last of his childhood frame and replaced it with lean, explosive muscle. This transformation didn't happen by accident. Under the guidance of his father and a team of world-class conditioning coaches, Charlie has focused heavily on ground force production and core stability. The results have been dramatic. His clubhead speed has climbed past 115 miles per hour, producing a consistent ball speed between 165 and 170 mph. To put that into perspective, the average ball speed on the PGA Tour in 2025 was around 171.2 miles per hour, meaning Charlie Woods is already producing professional-level power before even finishing high school. That explosive distance became the driving force behind his remarkable 15 under par performance at the Streamsong Invitational late last year. During that week, Charlie wasn't just playing great golf. He was overpowering the course with relentless length off the tee. Charlie consistently outdrives his playing partners by 30, 40, and sometimes even 50 yards, turning long par 4 holes into simple drive and wedge opportunities. This physical dominance also creates a psychological edge. When Charlie Woods steps onto the tee, his opponents already know they're facing an uphill battle against pure power. Even Tiger Woods, the man who redefined distance in the late 1990s, has been seen smiling in disbelief as his son launches drives past his own. In a recent interview, Tiger openly admitted, "He's hitting it past me now, and he's doing it with a speed I didn't reach until my early 20s. But why does the 170 miles per hour ball speed mark matter so much in 2026? Because modern golf has become a distance-first sport. By reaching this milestone, Charlie has essentially future-proofed his game for the PGA Tour. Whether he eventually joins the Florida State Seminoles men's golf or follows the legacy route to Stanford Cardinal men's golf, he would likely arrive as one of the longest hitters in college golf. However, with that huge increase in speed comes new challenges, control, and dispersion. During the early rounds of the Junior Orange Bowl International Golf Championship, it became clear that extreme speed can also create volatility. For Charlie, the 2026 season is no longer about finding more power. It's about learning to control the 170 MPH dragon he has created. He already has the engine of a Formula One car. Now he has to prove he has the steering to keep it on the track. This transformation signals the end of Junior Charlie and the rise of Athlete Woods. As he prepares for the upcoming spring majors, the golf world is asking a simple question. If he's already touching 170 miles per hour at just 16 years old, what happens when he fully matures? For the rest of the junior field, including his biggest rival, Miles Russell, Charlie's power surge is now a reality they must deal with every time they see his name on the pairing sheet. While Charlie Woods grabs headlines with his high-velocity, high-drama approach off the tee, the world's #1 ranked junior, Miles Russell, operates on a completely different wavelength. When we analyze the data from the 2026 season, a fascinating contrast appears. Miles isn't chasing the 170 miles per hour barrier. Instead, he has mastered the concept of functional power. According to the latest flight scope and TrackMan data from the Jones Cup Invitational in January 2026, Miles maintains a remarkably steady 160.32 MPH average ball speed. On paper, that's nearly 10 miles per hour slower than Charlie's peak numbers. Yet despite that gap, Miles remains the undisputed leader in the junior rankings. The reason for this difference comes down to one critical factor: efficiency. To truly understand Miles Russell's dominance, you have to look beyond raw speed and focus on how perfectly he converts every ounce of power into precision and scoring advantage. To understand the dominance of Miles Russell, we have to look beyond raw speed and focus on a key metric in modern golf: smash factor. Miles consistently records a smash factor between 1.48 and 1.49, which is essentially the upper limit for a conforming driver. In simple terms, that means he transfers almost 100% of the energy from the club head directly into the ball. While Charlie Woods may swing faster, Miles hits the sweet spot so consistently that his carry distance still reaches professional standards. Miles averages 287.8 yards of carry distance, a number that isn't just impressive for a teenager. It's exactly the kind of distance required to compete on professional setups like the PGA Tour or the Korn Ferry Tour. He proved this when he made history at the Lechem Suncoast Classic, becoming one of the youngest players ever to make the cut on the Korn Ferry Tour. He didn't accomplish this by overpowering the professionals. He did it by outpositioning them with precision and control. Analysts often describe Miles Russell's left-handed swing as a metronome. Unlike the explosive, high-torque motion seen in Charlie Woods' swing, Miles relies on a smooth, rhythmic transition that keeps the club face stable through impact. This produces a mid-launch, low-spin ball flight that performs extremely well in wind and difficult conditions. The Jones Cup Invitational in early 2026, where many juniors struggled with strong coastal winds, Miles' 160 miles per hour ball speed sliced through the air with a spin rate of about 2,161 revolutions per minute. This optimized flight path allows his drives to stay in the fairway with remarkable consistency. Even when he isn't swinging at full power, Miles operates with what coaches call a high-floor philosophy. Even his worst drives remain playable and strategically useful. Charlie's game, on the other hand, is built on a high-ceiling approach, meaning his best shots are spectacular, but the dispersion can occasionally be wider. This difference creates the efficiency gap between the two young stars. Early 2026 data shows that Miles Russell is producing 4 times more ranking points per tournament than most of his closest rivals. His success comes from eliminating the big mistake. While Charlie Woods is still adjusting to a body capable of generating 170 miles per hour ball speed, Miles has a swing that is perfectly synchronized with his 160 miles per hour output. He isn't battling his speed, he's maximizing it. For Miles, the goal in 2026 isn't to reach 170 miles per hour. It's to remain the most precise ball striker in amateur golf. He has already shown that precision at 160 miles per hour can defeat chaos at 170 miles per hour when the final scores are tallied. This debate has become a major topic for college recruiters and professional scouts. Do you choose the raw, explosive potential of Charlie Woods or the turrety efficiency of Miles Russell? Miles has created a blueprint for junior golfers who want to compete against professionals without needing to lead the field in driving distance. Finishes like T2 in elite amateur events or top 20 results on the Korn Ferry Tour show that a controlled 160 miles per hour swing can consistently deliver results. Meanwhile, Charlie Woods' explosive power in 2026 has dramatically increased his value in the college recruiting market. As a member of the 2027 high school class, Charlie has entered the most important stage of his amateur career. In modern NCAA golf, coaches aren't just searching for steady players. They're looking for game-changing athletes who can dominate courses and bring massive name, image, and likeness, value to their programs. With 170 miles per hour ball speed and an estimated $1.85 million valuation, Charlie has become one of the most coveted recruits in golf. One of the leading programs pursuing him is the Florida State Seminoles men's golf. Their head coach has already been spotted watching Charlie closely at major junior events. Florida State has also secured a commitment from Miles Russell, creating the possibility of a super team featuring both Russell's precision and Wood's power. For sponsors and boosters, that pairing would be a dream scenario. However, another powerful factor remains: Stanford University. Tiger Woods famously played there, and the Woods' legacy